Hey, party people, people who love to party. It's me, Mr. Beal, here to talk to you today about the fourth part in our series on trinomial factoring. So let's check it out. Whoa, ding! We have come a long way, baby. We know how to factor by pulling out a greatest common factor. And here it would be 5, and we'd have x plus 3. We know how to factor a trinomial into a pair of binomials. In this case, you would have x and x. We go to break up the 12. It needs to subtract to make 1. These numbers need to be only 1 apart. That's got to be 3 and 4. And then we go and we look, well, the 4 needs to be positive because this middle number was positive, and that guy's got to be negative. We know how to do all of that together. So a greatest common factor, pull it out. And then we can go and factor that trinomial from there so long as it is factorable. Let's see, I want 6, but they've got to add up to be -5. That means both of them are negative. And the numbers that multiply together to make 6 but add to make 5 are 2 and 3. And lastly, and most importantly, we can take something that doesn't have a greatest common factor, but has a coefficient in front of x that is greater than 1, in this case 4, and we can still factor this bad boy. Now in this case, we're looking for this to be a binomial, but we don't know whether this 4 is going to be 4 and 1 or 2 and 2. So we could guess and check this and guess a whole bunch, or we could use the diamond and box method. I've got 4x squared plus 45, or times 45, I should say, which is 180x squared. I've got 28x on the bottom. Whew, this problem all of a sudden got really easy because I know this is 10x and 18x. I then take my outside pieces on the edges, and I'm going to put them inside a box. This is where you don't want to confuse your box with the guess and checks method because it doesn't really work that way when you have something out here that is bigger than 1. We can't just put the 18 and the 10 into there. That would mess this all up. So we pull out a 2x and 2x. Ah, sweet, we know it's 2x's. And then from there, 18 and 45, what have they got in common? They've got 9 in common, plus 9. Let's see, 4x and 10x have 5 in common, plus 5. There you go. Now, if you're looking at my box, you'll notice that I mixed it up quite crazily. I apologize. This 18 potentially could have been down here and this 10 up here, but we would have gotten the same thing. So now we're going to try to mix in just a tiny little bit, like when you stir in chocolate chips into your chocolate chip cookie dough. We're going to try to mix in the greatest common factor with what happens when you still have a coefficient out here that's bigger than 1. And our greatest common factor for this, we've got 4x squared, 26x, and 40 is 2. We always want to look for a greatest common factor. Every single time. It is the basis of factoring, the foundation. So it's what we do first. And there we go. We've got something in there that we don't know if it factors yet. So we could either guess and check this, or we could use the box. I'm going to use the box again. Don't worry, folks, you guess and checkers. I'm definitely going to guess and check at least one of these bad boys. But when it gets complicated like this, I feel more comfortable showing you guys the box. Because as soon as we get here, what multiplies to make 40 but adds to make 13, I know that. It's 8 and 5. And now when I go to my box, I'm going to put 2x squared, 8x, and then I got to flip these guys, 5x and 20. I'm going to pull out from this side. All I can pull out is x. Up here goes the 2x. So there's the split for the 2. And then I'm going to have plus 5. And down here it looks like I'm going to be plus 4. So this guy is actually equal to, I'm going to put these weirdo slanty equal sign right here, 2 times x plus 4 times 2x plus 5. Ta-da, fully factored. And you got to fully factor everything, y'all. You could not, on a quiz, leave your answer like this and expect full credit. Don't work that way. All right, let's use the guess and check method, because I know we've got guess and checkers out here who are like, you are suppressing my ability to be me. Free my people. Okay, calm down. We're going to pull out a 3. 3x squared minus x minus 2. Now let's guess and check. We're going to come over here. We've got 3. I know I'm going to have a 3x and an x. It looks like one of them is going to be negative and one of them is going to be positive, and we get a negative answer in the end. So I'm going to go with +1 minus 2. Let's check that up. We've got x, got negative 6x. That don't work. Okay, so let's try this a different way then. How about if I move the negative 2 over here, and then x plus 1 right there. Negative 2x, 3x. Ooh, that still doesn't work. Ooh, 2 bad guesses. Guys, it happens sometimes. So I've got 3x, and x. Well, this one almost did it. Maybe if I switch the negative and the positive sign, so +2 minus 1, 2x, negative 3x, voila, wunderbar. We did it. That is heck of guess and checked. You're welcome, by the way. I don't like doing that. All right, guys, here are your try these problems down at the bottom. Please try these problems. We back. All right, guys, so I broke up your answers in a couple of different ways. First of all, if these are worth 4 points, which is what I like to do with factoring problems, that way that really allows me to analyze all the separate pieces. This is your 1 point answer, 1. Down here is your 4 point answer. This is only worth 1 point because you only did one thing. Still got a bunch more work to do to get to here. So your overall answer is 2 times 5x plus 7, x plus 3. Down here, your 4 point answer was 7 times 2c minus 9 times c plus 1. And down here, your 4 point answer is 3 times 2j minus 3 times 2j plus 3. Hot off the grill for you. Hey, y'all, stay safe. World crazy.